Alright, we're ready to move on to the next step, and the next step is actually we got to make a little cover plate. But before we do that, we need to determine which wires actually feed through the firewall and which wires are going to remain inside the cab. Now here's the basic harness. There's a few more components to this, but this is basically the basic harness in and of itself. And we really only have two bundles here that will be going through the firewall into the engine compartment and out to the back of the truck. For example, this bundle right here houses, you can see, left rear turn signal, gas gauge, rear running lights, stuff like that. So this is going out to the back of the truck. This bundle right here is basically going under the hood. You can see here, headlight high beam, and then down here, headlight low beam, the ignition feed, and some other stuff in here like that, turn signals. So this basically goes under the hood and to the front lights. So really, these two bundles of wires right here are what's going to be going through the firewall. And you kind of want to pinch these together to get an estimate of how large of a hole you're going to need to drill, and really what size of a grommet that you're going to need. And I had just laying around this PCV grommet, which just happens to be really close to the size I need. It's probably a little on the large side, but these are not the only wires that I'm going to be running through there. If I remember correctly, this wiring harness does not have a feed wire for reverse lights, so that's something I'm going to have to make up. And basically what I did before, and I'm going to do the same thing, I have a lot of circuits here that I'm not going to use, like the your CB radio, cruise control, power seats, power windows, clock, power locks, stuff like that my truck doesn't have, and I don't intend to put that in there. So I'll use something like this CB circuit and use that as my backup lights circuit. I'll just have to find the CB, the wire that's labeled CB radio, and plug that in as my rear backup lights. Just for example, I may use something else. But so anyway, this is approximately all the wires that are going to go through the firewall, and but there will be a few more. So I got myself a grommet. Like I said, it's really a PCV valve grommet, but I'm going to use it as an electrical grommet. So let me go show you the little cover that we need to make. Alright, this here's the hole that we need to cover up. So I'm going to come in here. I've got some flat plate steel. I'm just going to come in here and make a quick little cover that I'm going to use weather stripping adhesive around it to make a seal. And then I'll drill a couple holes to mount the fuse panel itself, and then one large hole sort of in the center to run my wires through. Now actually, these two factory holes work with the new fuse panel. They line up. The problem is up here on this corner, the fuse panel, that's where it's either the turn signal relay or the hazard light relay is up in this area, and it actually contacts the little pull cable, this little bracket here for the parking brake assembly. So unfortunately, we really can't use these holes, but what we can do is use them as a reference. We'll make our plate. We can come over, say, an inch, drill a hole directly 1 inch to the right of each one of these holes. We'll have to check under the firewall. I don't feel anything that would cause a problem. Same down here on the bottom. So what I can do is just, since we have these dimensions, we'll just go directly 1 inch to the right, drill our holes, and those will be our mounting holes to mount our fuse panel in that area. So let me go get started making the cover plate, and then I'll shoot some more video.